We hope at the conclusion of this session, you will register for the hockey season by going to hockeyinNJ.com if you have not done so already. So throughout this presentation, if anything pops up where you need an answer to a question, put it in the chat and we will answer it, but it will be at the end of the presentation. Thank you. Go ahead, Al. So great. It's great to have everybody here. Once again, my name is Keith Veltri. I, along with Dennis Rupi, co-founded Hockey in New Jersey, which started in 2003. So I guess we can start with why are we all here, right? It's our love and passion for hockey, or it's maybe wanting to try something new. But how did this all start? And how did we go from Newark to Englewood? Well, I'll share, and Dennis, we'll share a little personal story about how this came to be. And really before 2001, Dennis and I were in sales jobs. I worked for the Daily News in New York City. I liked my job. I didn't love it. Dennis had a similar story. Liked his job, didn't absolutely love it. Actually, who we kidding? We didn't really like our jobs, right, Dennis? We were looking for a change. And Dennis and I were college roommates. We played hockey together. He's one of my best friends in the world. And we both talked about maybe going back to school. And at that time, we were going to have a career change at some point. We just didn't know when. And 9/11 happened. And I think anybody from this country, outside this country, anyone who we can all remember that day, and the effect it had on us, and the effect it had on both me and Dennis was that we knew we wanted something better for ourselves. We knew that we wanted to do something that we loved and were passionate about. And we both took our 403b money out, put ourselves back through school, and had a career change. And with that career change came an opportunity to coach an inner city high school team in Newark, which was the East Side High School hockey team. And how this opportunity came to be, it wasn't really a lot of competition for it. A friend of mine called me, who was an athletic director at a different school, and said, there's a school in Newark East Side as a hockey team, and it's going to fold unless they can find a coach. And so far, they couldn't find one single person in the entire state of New Jersey to coach this team. So Dennis and I went to East Side. We heard the principal and AD out, and we said, hey, we'll do it for a year while we're going back to school and have some fun with some kids. And I don't know that we were prepared for that season. We knew we wouldn't be very good, but they truly were the Bad News Bears of hockey. They didn't have equipment. They didn't have much experience. We were in a league with all suburban, I wouldn't say powerhouse teams, but very competitive teams. We got mercy ruled every game. We never made it to the third period. And I think what really lit a fire under Dennis and myself was the things that were said to the kids before the game, on the ice, after the game. It was no other way to put it but disgusting at times. And Dennis and I promised those kids and their families that you'll never be embarrassed again. We don't know how much better you'll be next year, but you're sure as hell going to look better. And from that 1 year of coaching high school hockey, I mean, that's really where hockey in Newark, when it was originally called, that's where it stemmed from, just trying to create access to the game, getting the kids' jerseys, getting the equipment. It was to break down barriers to playing hockey by providing all of our participants the opportunity to try it at no cost, right? I mean, just to try hockey, it's super expensive for any family right now. Just to try, buy the equipment, the ice time, the coaching. So we're really proud to be able to say, hey, you want to give your kid a chance and maybe fall in love with hockey? We're going to remove all those barriers and you're going to try it at no cost and see if your child loves it or not. Something that we're very proud of, that we're the second largest youth diversity hockey program in the United States. So, that year at Eastside High School, we started with 5 kids, and Dennis and I were told numerous times, kids from Newark don't want to play hockey. You're not going to go anywhere with this. Well, we're forecast to have over 500 kids, boys and girls, in Newark playing hockey this year. We are also in Jersey City. We're in Montclair. We're in Belleville. And obviously we're in Englewood, where our numbers just continue to increase. And we say hockey, a lot of people, oh, your boys hockey program. Yeah, our boys hockey program is strong, but our girls, that's our number one increase in participation. We also have a sled hockey team in Newark. Our girls program obviously is through all the cities. So any of the opportunities we offer are for any of the towns or cities that we're currently in. Go ahead, Al, you can go to the next slide. So here's some of the numbers. Hockey New Jersey since 2003. I'm not going to go over all the numbers, but two of the things that really stand out to us that we're super proud of is that we currently have 1,000 plus current participants, And over the years, we've had 5,000 plus kids come through our program at the numerous locations. We've had kids go on to play club hockey at Princeton, but more importantly, that same child went on to an full academic scholarship to Princeton. We have so many success stories that we're proud of, whether them being police officers, firemen, attorneys, or coming back and working in the program, which I would say a large percentage of our volunteers and coaches now all came through the program at some point. And that's something we're really super proud of. Al, you can skip to the next slide. So what makes us unique? What's our mission? Well, we help develop well-rounded individuals through 3 required components, all being equally important. That's our hockey training, it's our academic support, and that's our enrichment programming. I'm not going to go too much into that because I'm gonna pass that over to Dennis, and Pam will kind of touch on all these different things. But why is this important to you, mom, dad, grandpa, whoever guardians on this call? It's about the whole child, right? So hockey is the hook. Hockey's what we try to have a kid form a passion for. But once we have them, we want to develop the whole child. We want them to be great individuals. We want them to be great children. We want them to be contributors to society. And we want to bring kids together from all over New Jersey. I feel sometimes we're all too secluded in our own town, our own city, our own upbringing, if you will. And what's better to bring kids from Englewood and North together, from Belleville and Jersey City together? We're all better people for it to all come together. And hockey is what we do it through. But we just are so excited to be able to offer more than hockey to your child. You can go to the next slide, Al. So why play hockey? Well, I think the people on the call that are on our team are a little biased and think it's the best sport. Obviously, there's physical fitness. There's teamwork. There's something to be said about hockey, even just the way the locker room's set up. It's always a team first attitude, not an I attitude. It's how we can win, how we can work together. There's nothing more humbling for anybody that never skated before, and you and a kid you never met before are both falling constantly 100 times in that session, but you're both getting up together and you're laughing. It's teamwork. It's helping each other. It's working together. It's really life lessons. I mean, yeah, we're talking about hockey, but there's a lot to be learned in any sport, specifically hockey. It's discipline. You have to commit to the time that you're scheduled to be there. You have to commit to your team. You have to commit to your studies. You have to commit to our enrichment opportunities. Last but not least, I think in today's crazy world, if you will, youth sports is sometimes a little too serious. We everybody wants their kids. Some people want their kids to get to the NHL or pro hockey, or where's the D1 scholarship. We believe so strongly in making it fun first, because if it's not fun, I don't care how talented or how good of an athlete you are, you'll never be successful at it, because you have to have fun and you have to love it. And I think the most important thing is that we always want your child to be more excited about coming tomorrow than they were the day previous to that. And yes, are we competitive? Yeah, we want to create these teams. We want them to compete at a higher level. We're coaches. We like to win too. But it all starts with fun, and it's all about building kids up and them having that confidence, and them just looking forward to being there for the next day, the next month, and the next years. That they'll be able to be a part of this program. Go ahead, Al. So I'm going to pass it off to my counterpart, my best buddy in the world, Dennis, that's going to go into the hockey programming.
Thanks, Keith. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. We truly appreciate everybody's support in Englewood. The support from the municipality of Englewood has been tremendous, along with all of you who have supported us in many ways by volunteering, or just reinforcing to your sons or daughters how important our values are, and what we are asking of you, not just as a hockey player, but becoming a well-rounded individual, as Keith mentioned, is an important part of our program. See a lot of familiar faces. Thank you for returning. As Keith was saying, we started in 2003. This is our 21st season. Can't believe we've been offering hockey for free for 21 years. This is our 7th year, I believe, in Englewood, and there's a lot of people on this call who can correct me if I'm off there by a year. We've been doing it in Englewood as well for the past 7 years at McKay Park Ice Rink. Keith and I were given the opportunity to play hockey at a young age, and continue that through college. And we're very fortunate, and we appreciate the support we had over the years, which takes a lot when you become a hockey player. Your parents have to support you, or there's somebody in your family and they have to, make sure you have access by going, maybe driving 20-30 minutes to an ice rink. Keith and I are trying to get rid of some of those barriers. This is the reason why we started this program, whether it's cost, whether it's access, whether it's just because somebody doesn't think it's for them, and they're not sure if they want to try it, and they know that the cost of it's just too much just to go out there and try for a couple weeks. We want to create an opportunity where these kids can try this alternative sport and not have to put out the tremendous amount of money, and also not drive them maybe 45 minutes to an hour to just get to an ice rink that they can have that opportunity to play. We know that it's the sport's given us so much, that not just as an athlete, but also as a person, you learn from, as you get older, that it's giving you values such as hard work, discipline, determination, the ability to overcome adversity. These are things you learn from sport, especially team sport, and we want to make sure our kids are given opportunities to find a sport like ice hockey where they can find a passion, they can create these skills, they can create a place where they can find goals within their life, something to look forward to, some place to go that they can forget about maybe their stresses, and they can just enjoy themselves. And at the same time, they're learning not just hockey, but life skills that will make them successful in life. And it starts with the hockey programming. And we actually hired Albert Gregorio, who's on this call today. He's our new director of hockey operations. Albert volunteered with our program for over probably about 7 seasons. He came back and we had an opportunity to hire somebody. We had 15 applicants. Albert was the person we chose, and a lot of it's because his values align with what we value, not just giving a kid the sport, but making sure they're doing all these other things, making sure they become a good student, making sure they become a good person, making sure they're giving back to their community. And hockey's just that hook to create those opportunities. Albert will be talking to us a little later. I'm going to start going through the hockey programming that we have currently for the 2023-24 season. We are going to start on November 7th, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and it will run through the end of March, where we'll culminate and have our championship, and that usually happens at the Prudential Center. Regular programming for Englewood residents will be Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and Sundays from 8:15 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. This is open to any resident of Englewood that's boy or girl who's 6 to 18 years old. The one thing you do have to be is, though, I want to emphasize, as a resident of the city. That question came up a few times over the email, if whether they're from Tenafly or somewhere else, that you have to be a resident of the city of Englewood to participate. After that, we don't charge any money. That was another question I had over email, that there's not any cost associated with our program. We encourage you to donate if you feel that you give back to our program in that way monetarily. Because we do offer this for free, but there are a lot of costs associated to what we do. All of our programming happens in McKay Park Ice Rink for clinics, and for which we'll speak about in a second. So McKay Ice Rink in McKay Park, also some people know as John T. Wright Arena. That's in McKay Park, where we do our Tuesday, Wednesday, Sundays sessions, as you see on the slide there. This is our Learn to Play clinic, where we teach the kids how to skate. We also will teach them go to intermediate skills to advanced skills. And the sessions are broken up on Tuesdays, Wednesdays as 6 to 6:50. Our younger groups will go, and we'll specify age groups. We'll be sending emails to specify birth years and age groups. And then the second session is from 7 to 8 p.m., where we also break them up into groups according to skill level and age. Sundays will be where we play games. We want to start those games immediately. So just to clarify again, our Learn to Play clinics is where they learn their skills. The fundamental skill is ice skating. Then they will learn the skills of stick handling, passing, shooting, and then hockey sense, and those skills that you need to translate and to become a good hockey player for your team. When they develop those skills, we'll put them onto teams. They'll be broken up to 2 types of teams. There will be our semi-travel teams, and our travel teams. Our semi-travel teams, for those who are returning, that's our Super League. They travel to our other arenas that have programs. Newark Ironbound this year will be one of those locations, and Englewood will be one of those locations in the fall winter. Unfortunately, for those who participated in the past, Jersey City, their ice will not be up this season. We'll just be having our Super League in those two arenas, but our other cities will have teams. So we will have an evaluation period, which will happen November 7th from the day we start. We'll put the kids on different teams. That will be our semi-travel, will be Super League. Everybody will have an opportunity to participate in that. Does not matter your skill level. As long as we feel like it's safe for them, they will have the opportunity to play. Our travel teams are going to be more advanced teams. That is something they'll have to earn, not just by being a good hockey player, but also earn because we want to put our kids who show commitment to the program, not just through hockey, but also that they're showing commitment through the values that we expect our kids to have as character values and academic values. Another program we have is USA Hockey goalie specific training. We partner with USA Hockey. There is a shortage of goalies across this country. USA Hockey recognizes that. They know that one untapped market they have is in the market that we are in, the areas that we offer hockey, because we do offer it for free. We take away that obstacle. Unfortunately, ice hockey has become a sport that you have to have a pretty good income to participate in the sport, because ice times can cost any program from $500 an hour up to $1,500 an hour if you're going into New York City, and it costs a lot to participate in this sport. So you're taking a lot of people who may have participated in this sport out of it. So they are tapped into a program like hockey in New Jersey, and we are going now pilot. I can't talk today because I don't feel well, but I'm going to get through it. That we're going to be their pilot program that we'll now develop goalies for them. We've done a great job developing goalies. We actually have one that came from Englewood who's now playing Tier 1 hockey. He was offered a goalie position just because he started in our program and he was able to participate in the sport and get that opportunity because of the access we give them. That is something that we will give you more information on if your child is interested in becoming a goaltender. The last bullet there is our summer camps. We offer summer camps at Prudential Center. Again, summer camps are going to be offered to our players who show a commitment not just to our hockey sessions, but also to our other sessions that we're going to speak about in a second. We really, Keith and I as educators, really value the student athlete. And we always say student comes first. You have to be a good student athlete, and we would want them to make sure they have goals, just not in the hockey areas, but also in academic areas. So, of course, if our mission as a program is to hook them with the hockey, make sure we develop their life skills, but also make sure they succeed academically, and then give back to the community of Englewood and our surrounding communities here in New Jersey. Ali, you want to switch to the next slide? Before I get into this, also, the last slide, I'll just mention there will be questions on the equipment. There's always questions on the equipment. Yes, we give it for free. For those who are returning, there is an exchange program. So you'll be able to exchange if it's too small for your child. Then for those who are new, we will also give them their equipment. It's all for free. It's their uniform, their ice skates, the program itself, no cost. And we will have an equipment handout. We are shooting for the date of October 29th. We will send out more information on that. We want to do it on a Sunday this year because we know our program in Englewood is unique, where a lot of people aren't able to attend sessions on a Saturday. So we're going to try to make sure that's on a Sunday so everybody has access to the equipment this year. It will be done at McKay Ice Arena. Hopefully we'll get great weather, be able to do it out front, have it in the nice open area where everybody can come in, new players as well as returning players to receive their equipment. Again, in our program, no experience is needed. We teach the kids from the very beginning how to ice skate, and we want to develop their ice skating ability and then be able to help them through their lifelong journey as a hockey player. So whether they would like to just stay as a recreational hockey player, or maybe someday play college, pursue a dream to be becoming a professional player, whatever their dream is, we want to support it and we want to be able to give them learn to play all the way to travel hockey. And Albert is the person we hired to make sure that we are able to give them that support. And we are developing those programs as we speak, as we said before, from our learn to play to our travel. Our coaching. So our coaches, as a lot of you have met as returning players, our coaches, a lot of them are volunteers. We have some great coaches in Englewood. I'm not even going to get into all of them because they all do a great job, but we also are supplying coaches this year who are going to be USA Hockey certified. It's very important that you go through these processes to get, become educated as a hockey coach, continue to pursue becoming a better coach, being able to implement programming, come up with practice plans. That's something Keith and I experience as travel coaches from tier 2 to tier 1. You're always looking for a way to make a player better and to create a better opportunity on the ice and take advantage of ice time. So we want to make sure our coaches are experienced with that. They're USA Hockey certified. And not only are they implementing those skills of hockey, that they're finding teachable moments on the ice, and they serve as mentors as well. So we want them to follow the character values that Keith and I have ourselves, and Al has as our director. These values are also going to be in our coaches, and they should find teachable moments. And I know they are doing that job in Englewood. I've seen it personally, and I'm sure your kids who are returning have experienced that, and the people who are new here will experience that as well. We focus on sportsmanship, teamwork. It's enough. We spoke about values before. We want to make sure our coaches are always talking about that, because that creates our safety, which is our top priority. Kids should feel physically safe in the environment, not just physically safe, but emotionally safe, mentally safe. This should be a place they come and they feel like this is the home away from home. They can come here and be themselves. They can come here and find their lifelong friends, as Keith and I are lifelong friends, and we found ourselves through hockey. We want them to have that in this environment. We want them to be able to experience that, and they will not be able to do it if they can't open up and feel safe. So that is definitely one of our top priorities, if not the top priority. Albert, you can switch to the slide. I'm going to hand it over to Pam Carmen. She is our head director of academics enrichment programming. As Keith mentioned before, our program is really it's 3 pillars, and not one pillar is above the other. We feel like hockey, academics, and enrichment are all something that should be valued and should be something that we should participate in. Pam, floor is yours.
Thank you, Dennis, and thank you everyone for joining us tonight. As Dennis said, my name is Pamela Carmen, and I am the Director of Academics and Enrichment. Just to give you a little background about myself, I am a certified K-12 science teacher. I also have an extensive background in teaching and curriculum writing. Currently, I'm a Newark Public Schools 12th grade forensic science teacher and an adjunct professor at both Essex County College and New Jersey Institute of Technology. Just a reminder before I get into too much academics, if you do have any questions, you could drop them in the Q&A box and we will answer them at the end. So as Dennis mentioned and Keith mentioned, the academic and enrichment portion of our program really focuses on providing participants with the necessary tools to be successful student athletes, along with life skill sessions to gain new skills both on and off the ice. We are working on developing partnerships with places such as RWJ Barnabas Health to support sports nutrition and sports injury prevention. We will also be featuring some guest speakers to hold sessions on topics like leadership and teamwork skills. Next slide, please, Albert. So if you've already registered, you've probably seen a couple changes to the registration form, but upon registration, report cards will be collected and reviewed to identify academic standing and opportunities for support. With that being said, all participants are accepted into the program regardless of their current academic standing. Any participant that is struggling will participate in HNJ's Progress Reports program for academic improvement. Our tutoring, homework support, and some life skill sessions will be provided virtually and are open to all participants. The tutoring sessions are one-on-one, and we will send out sign-up information so that you can get a time slot that works within your schedule. We will also be having some guest speakers visit us in person at the community room at McKay Ice Rink. The goal of our academic and enrichment program, as Dennis and Keith both mentioned, is to be another free resource for parents to support their children. We're also always accepting volunteers to support our academics on top of volunteers that want to support us on the ice. So if you or someone you know would be interested in working with our program as a volunteer for academics, please contact me. You can find my email on the website under the volunteers page. And from here, I'm going to pass it over to Albert.
Thanks, Pam. I apologize for my face paint here. I'm not sure, having a little bit of technical difficulties, but I'm going to power through like everyone else. Thank you, Dennis, for the introduction. As he mentioned, I'm the Director of Hockey Operations. And like Dennis and Keith, I've been around hockey, and hockey's my passion. Yes, I did well in school, but the main motivation for me was to be able to play in front of all my friends and family. And when I made the high school team and made my college team, I originally started playing hockey when I was 6 years old, started skating when I was 4, and played competitively all the way through college. I won states with high school, I won my college conference, and I've done just about everything there is with the game of hockey. I've played competitively, I've officiated, and I've coached. I still play in a weekly men's league, and growing up, I was a goaltender. And now in the weekly men's league, I play the more traditional positions like forward and defense. I originally got involved with Hockey New Jersey about 10 years ago. I was one of Dennis's travel players, and he approached me asking if I want to get involved with Hockey New Jersey. And me thinking more ice time, why not? I emphatically said yes. I ended up volunteering for 7 years, where I was teaching the younger kids how the fundamentals of ice hockey, and I loved every second of it. And when a full-time position opened up with the organization, I knew it was an opportunity I could not pass upon. Now, as the Director of Hockey Operations with Hockey New Jersey, I'm in charge of developing the schedules and calendars, developing the teams, and organizing the volunteers and coaches. For the teams, I make sure there's enough players on each team, that they have the necessary equipment, and that there's volunteers and coaches monitoring the ice times, the sessions, that the kids are having fun, they're playing in a safe environment, and they're learning hockey skills. Another aspect of my position is to update and maintain the website hockeynj.com. We like to call it our Bible because there you can find all the information regarding Hockey New Jersey. You can find the latest news and updates, the schedules and calendars, and there's team-specific pages. Through the website, we also have a mobile app through Sports Engine, where you can register through your players' teams, and you get notifications and reminders right to your phones of your players' upcoming games and practices. And let's say that there's a winter storm coming and we need to cancel practices or games. Yes, we'll send an email, but I know people don't always necessarily check emails, and they don't necessarily have the notifications of emails turned on. So it's a good idea to register through the app, because you'll get that notification right through your phone. And it's just generally important to always be checking the website and app, because you never know what can be going on in the world of HNJ. For instance, right now, like we mentioned, we are still registering for the upcoming season, and we hope you'd be willing to join us. Right on our homepage, you can go to hockeynj.com, and right on the homepage, there's a direct link to register.
So,
All right, Al. Go ahead, Dennis.
thank you, Al. So I just want to reiterate, as Al was saying, you must register online at hockeynj.com. Please spread the word about it. I did look at registrations. I know there's a lot of returning players who will come back and they haven't registered yet. Please just reiterate to your friends, your family, that you have to register every season. It's a question we always get. Somebody will show up at the table or the first night and ask, "Oh, I registered. I've been here before." Yes, it's true. They probably have been here before, but we want them to re-register every season. Make sure they re-register. That's how we'll make sure they get the communication of schedules, of our enrichment opportunities, our academic tutoring opportunities. And until they register, they will not receive any of that information. We will continue to send out registration information for them to go to our website, register. But again, they will not receive any of those schedules that we're talking about and be able to participate in any of those in hockey, academics, enrichment until they are a registered participant of Hockey New Jersey. So please spread the word about that. Make sure they go online, register immediately, and then they will be put onto a team, and then you will be able to download an app. On that app, you'll receive updates. You'll be able to tell us if you're attending. This is something that's different than we've done in the past. Usually you would get an email. We want everybody to have the opportunity to be able to get that phone immediately, that access immediately on their phone. They'll be able to look at the schedule, be able to look at week to week, be able to plan weeks in advance. And that will be all done through our website and more specifically our app. So we will place you on teams after evaluation period. So then you'll be able to see exactly when your dates are. That evaluation period will be the first week of programming for Englewood, which begins on November 7th.
Yep. And listen, by all means, please reach out to us if you have any questions. To Dennis's point, the one thing we're a stickler with, you have to register for both. We have to have your information for legal reasons before you can go on the ice or receive equipment. So register. Again, there's no prior experience. There's no reason for any child to feel intimidated or that they never skated before. That's what our program is built on. So it's extremely welcoming. And to Dennis's point too regarding the app and this is our Bible sports engine. We have a really good problem on our hands at Hockey New Jersey, and that is we're creating more and more opportunities for your children and all the kids in the program. So it's getting to a point where it's really big, and this is helping us stay more manageable and more organized and be able to get information out at real time, which just helps the overall program and the quality of everything. So at this point, we're going to conclude, unless Dennis or Al or Pam or Sarah has anything, the presentation, but we will stay behind for a few minutes to be able to answer any questions you might have. Go ahead, Dennis. I'm sorry.
I see a question already. So I just want to say to Maya Joseph, you said your son has played before and your daughter wants to play. I apologize for not mentioning and I'll reiterate this. There's no experience necessary. You never had to ice skate in your life. We will teach them how to ice skate. And I'm very excited your daughter wants to play because we actually had almost 90 new skaters start over the last weekend in Newark. I want to say close to half, if not over half of them were girls. We encourage girls and boys to play, ages 6 through 18. They can be 17 years old and never skated before, and we'll take them into our program. We don't think it's ever too late to fall in love with something, to find a passion for something. So no matter their age, as long as they're between 6 and 18 years old, we open this up to anybody, boys or girls, no matter what the experience is.
Then we have a question. We registered already. Do we need to do it again? So if you registered for this 2003-24 season, you do not have to do it again. If you registered last season, you have to register every season. So the answer to that question is yes, if you did not register for this upcoming season. If you did already, then you're good to go.
If you are not sure, feel free to reach out to me by email as well. I can look up to see if you have registered for the 23-24 season. Person, I know you well, reach out to me by email, whatever I'll double check for you. Just please remind me.
I think that was it for the questions. All right, great. Again, thank you everybody for being here. We're super excited to see our returners. Super excited to have new kids join. Again, want to say it one more time. It's boys and girls ages 6 to 18. You're all welcome. I'd love to have you. And please help us spread the word because we're very proud of the opportunity we created. We want as many kids to take advantage of it. The thing I do want to say too, and then I'll end it on this, Englewood and McKay Rink and the city council and Ken Katz, they've all been amazing partners in this, and we're really lucky to work with people who open the doors and want to provide a service for their residents. So you're very lucky in that aspect as well.
Yep. And I just wanted to reiterate too, thank you to all the parents here on the call. Thank you to the people who've been involved with HNJ and our future HNJ family that's just signed up. We've received a lot of support over these years from Englewood and the Englewood residents, and that some of the Hackensack ones. I see some people on there. We want to reiterate our thanks and let you know that we consider this our relaunch, this 2023-24 season, where we're going to create more opportunities and experiences for your children, and we want to make this second none to the programming, so that they'll be able to take their Learn to Skate program all the way through if they want to play through college someday. We want to support that, and then we also want to support them academically as well. So thanks again. We appreciate all you.
Yep. A couple other questions. This is a great program. Thank you. Why is it not promoted in the schools anymore? It's a great question. Dennis and I work in the Newark Public Schools, so it's easier for us to get in those schools. But I don't want to say the person's name, but if you have any contacts or any ideas of how we can get into the schools, I mean, we can send stuff to the athletic director, but we could use your help, quite honestly. Any parents that are returners or new that have maybe some connections in the schools or can think of some ways for us to get into schools to spread the information, we're all ears as well. So please reach out to us. Is it okay to only participate for some of the days and not all? Absolutely. I mean, we know you're just trying this. We do ask is that you're consistent, but inconsistent in the day that you choose to show up to, and we can talk about that. We're very flexible in the beginning for anyone new. I'm on the school board. Okay, that's even better. I'm on the school board and can share the information. So thank you. And I know that name. So are you looking at the questions? We got to get the flyer and the information to that person, Dennis.
Oh, I know her well. We'll definitely, I'll contact you right after this call.
Yeah. Great to see you on here. Can't thank Hockey in New Jersey enough. Great opportunities. Reach out to the athletic director at Dwight Morrow. We'll do. Who can I contact? I work in the school. You can contact me or Dennis. Dennis, our emails up here. I'll contact both of us. Pam, would you be able to write our emails in there for them and for her? Thank you. This is a recruiting call for parents too tonight, Dennis.
I love it.
This is great. Thank you all. You have a great night. Again, we're going to stick around if anyone has any last second questions, but truly appreciate you all showing up here tonight. We can't wait to see you in person.